Hey there fellows, Buddy Spike here. This is EA-7 Optica. It is a British light aircraft designed for low-speed observation work, and it's intended as a low-cost alternative to helicopters. This aircraft can glide as low as 58 knots before stalling. The Optica project began in 1974 with the company Edgley Aircraft Limited, and guess what? Only 22 aircrafts were built. In some popular reports, this aircraft's distinctive appearance has led to its being known as the Bug-Eye. This is a free add-on, and I will show you whatever there is in this add-on in case if you don't like it, you don't have to waste time downloading it. So stay tuned for the video, fellas. Alright, let's see what this aircraft can do. The exterior of this aircraft is actually quite detailed for a free aircraft. You can see rivets, and the paint is just single one color. Maybe in future there are going to be more liveries, but for now this is just one plain color. But if you look closely, the whole plane is riveted, and you can see all the rivets. Pretty cool. And the cockpit from the outside looks also not bad at all. We got two pilots with two sticks. Okay. And let's see if all the control surfaces work. We got the ailerons and the elevators working. Very nice, very nice. We have flaps working. Okay, so I'm gonna keep them for takeoff. And what about air brakes? It seems the air brakes are not working. You know what? I'm gonna have to find out whether or not this aircraft has air brakes. It's a propeller aircraft. It can stop itself pretty quickly. So I'm gonna have to find that out. Oh, and these huge rudders, they work as well. Very nice. So in the cockpit is actually very simple, but yet detailed as well. Everything looks not bad. Everything looks good quality from the seat to the gauges and the frame and everything. Not that bad. So zooming in, let's see what buttons do work. So we have navigation lights, strobe lights, landing lights. So they were all on. You know what? I need to know if these strobe lights work. It seems all the exterior lights do work fine. That's pretty good. So we got avionics, and this is avionics master switch. What this does is turns off this main panel. So I gotta keep this on. And this compass and these speed gauge and altitude, they all work as well. And over here we have touch screen, which does not seem to work. Okay, this part of the screen works. Okay, what's over here? The screen does work. My bad. The screen does work. It's just that I have not tested out each and everything. And at the bottom we got the map, and then we can have a flat plan set over here, and 3D vision. Okay, the 3D vision is actually something similar to what you would see in front, with the runway and all the terrain. Very nice. And then at the bottom we have manifold press and fuel pressure and oil, and this seems to be the main on-off switch. Okay. And these buttons don't seem to work. Yeah, this is the pitch trim. And to know the position of your trim, this is the indicator. You can see it moves. Yeah, flaps indicator works. And over here is the fuel mixture. And then the rudders and the stick works very nice. It's as expected. And then we have a little compass over here, which works as well. And that's pretty much of the cockpit. You know what? These lights. Are they lights? What are they? So we got fire extinguisher at the back and first aid kit, and yeah, that's pretty much from the inside. You know what? I'm gonna take off, and let's take off. All right, brakes off and going full throttle. This is oh, wait a second. Brakes off now. Okay. This aircraft is not really high power or anything. You can take off at around, I think, 100 knots very easily. So this aircraft, I think, is not meant to hit top speeds or anything. You just have a cruise around low and slow, and we can take off at about 90 knots. So I'm gonna pulling up, and we're off. Now sadly, this aircraft by design does not have retractable landing gears, which I'm surprised. The overall aircraft looks very aerodynamic, but the landing gears do not retract. Yeah. And let's head over to the mountains. One of the things I like about this aircraft is the great visibility outside the HUD. This plane does not have really thick rails. You can really see outside. Something like a helicopter, you know. You see, like at the bottom of the helicopter, you got this area to see when you're landing, and this one has a similar feel to it. So I'm at full throttle, and the plane is cruising at about 147 knots, 148 knots, and this seems to be its top speed. In case you're wondering why I'm not flying in Europe with the World Update 4 out, it's because the frame rate is just really bad in those areas. So I thought, why not I fly in Toronto? You know what's there in Toronto? We have the helicarrier at the top of Toronto at 10,000 feet. So yeah, I'm gonna land over there. I believe this aircraft does not really need a very long runway to land on, so this one should be fairly easy, you know. So I'm gonna start preparing by having my flaps to landing position and throttling down a bit. I'm at about 110 knots and dropping down. Just gonna align myself to the runway, and this aircraft can really glide at slow speeds. So I'm at idle power, and I think we are gonna make it and have a nice smooth touchdown. Okay, come on now. All right, not as smooth as I wanted, but look at it. We have already almost stopped. The thing is, this aircraft does not need a long runway to land on, but it kind of needs a bit long runway to take off because its engine is really underpowered and it needs kind of a long stretch to gain some speed. So my plan is not to use the entire runway. I think I'm going to use just a half of the runway, and since we're going to be in the air already, so I don't really need to use the whole of the runway. Okay, you know what? I should have my flaps up to maximize my acceleration. Okay, I'm at about 50 knots and increasing. Let's see if I can reach 80 knots before the runway ends, and it seems I just reached 80 knots. Ooh, very nice. And that was a clean takeoff from the helicarrier. Very nice. Okay. Slow and stable. Okay, I'm gonna try to have a smooth touchdown at the runway and then call it a day. Alright, my speed is 120 knots, which is a lot more than I need. And there are no air brakes, so wait a second, my flaps are not down. That's why I was not slowing down. Okay, I should have proper speed at the touchdown zone. And at 90 knots, we're good, we're good. And let's keep it smooth. Beautiful. Alright. That was a decent landing, I believe. What do you think? Alright, let's stop this thing here. So guys, this was Optica by Edgeley. For a free aircraft, I would say give it a try if you're a fan of slow flying and sightseeing. But for me, I felt it was a little too slow. I have showcased many other free aircrafts and reviewed payware aircraft, so you can check them out on my channel if you're interested. And if you enjoyed the video, consider liking it. As always, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Buddy Spike.